Welcome to another episode of AKRME Fitness, your favorite YouTube fitness channel. In this episode, you have myself, Kema and Ashley, and we are performing an exercise that is very beneficial for your legs. That exercise is step-ups. So this exercise actually works pretty much all of your entire leg, everything except for your calf muscle. It's going to work your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings. We did 3 sets of 10 reps per leg of this exercise. An added bonus of this exercise is if you do it fast enough, it's also going to elevate your heart rate. So it'll be almost akin to doing a cardio exercise as well. Check us out as we perform this exercise. You're living someone else's life when you allow their opinion of you to dictate what you do or what you think of yourself or who you believe that you are. You were put here for a specific purpose and a specific reason, and you have your own gifts, your own talents. It's up to you to figure out what those are, and other people may have suggestions about what you can do in this and that, but at the end of the day, it's all on you to decide who you are. Like I said, unless you desire to let somebody else run you and tell you that you are this or you are that. But in essence, when you do those things, you are living someone else's life by allowing them to dictate what yours should be. Says if you constantly justify your limitations. So basically, if you're saying, I'm here because of this, I'm here because of that. Well, if you're making excuses, then you don't have to move, because now you have given yourself a reason in your own mind that is valid to you as to why you can't do this or you can't do that. Same thing applies to the gym. If you come in there and say, well, I can't go to the gym because of this or because of that, well, you've created reasons or excuses as to why you can't do it. Or if you get in the gym and say, well, I would do that set, but this or that. Okay, so sometimes people may have valid health reasons, but if there's not a valid health reason why you can't do it, then you can do it. And you're just making an excuse. And once you make that excuse, that puts you in a position where, okay, you don't have to grow. And if you don't have to grow, you're not going to make progress. And if you're not making progress, what is the purpose of coming to the gym? So don't justify your limitations. Find a way to get past them. If you feel like you have a limitation, then you figure out in your mind a way around, through, or over that limitation so that you can achieve the success in the gym that you are striving for and in life that you are striving for. A bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to adjust. It's basically what this is saying. Because when it says unless you fail to make a turn, that means when you get to an obstacle, that's not the end of the road unless you fail to adapt to the obstacle and overcome the obstacle. So once you arrive at something difficult, don't stop, because it's not the end unless you allow it to be the end. Simple as that. Don't come up with excuses saying why we don't have it. We just have to work harder, because it's possible to attain it. We have to focus on doing the things that we need to do to achieve whatever goal it is that we have in order to gain what it is we want, and then apply the hard work. Figure out what course you need to take, start on that course, and work hard, and you'll get it. Yeah, most of us watch movies, so the thing about movies is it makes everything grand, dramatic, cinematic, and you feel like, okay, so the journey is supposed to be this glorious, sparkling, beautiful thing, which when in reality that's not what it is most of the time. When you're successful people grind behind the scenes, put in strenuous hard work, all types of dedication, discipline, all these things that are never shown in the movies. It doesn't show you all the grit and the grind that you have to fight through in order to achieve that crowning moment where it seems like everything is just royal, but that's just not the case. You're gonna have to fight for it. It's gonna be gritty. It's gonna be grimy. You have to put your all into it. You may cry, may bleed a little, all that. But in the end, it's gonna be a beautiful result. But it's not just gonna be some royal thing right at the beginning. In my 46 years, I've had my fair share of calendars. I've owned my fair share of calendars. When I look on those calendars, I've never seen a day called someday. Never, ever, 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 ever have I. So if you're going to do something great with your life, if you're going to take some step that's going to turn you towards that greatness, even if it's not doing something great today, if you're going to do something, you can't say someday. You're going to come to the gym, someday I'll be in there with you, Roach, one of these days. It's not on the calendar, bro. Pick a day, set a date, and stick to it. Today. We may have done a lot in our life, but we still have the capacity to do so much more. We have to believe it, we have to strive for it, and we can achieve it. But we just have to know that what we have done is merely a fraction of our true capabilities, our true potential. Simple concept. If you want positive things to happen, you have to think positive thoughts. You have to believe that it can be done and look for ways that it can be done, as opposed to looking for ways that things can't happen. Because if you don't think they can happen, then they probably aren't, because you've given up before you've even tried. Pressure is pressure, and it can develop into a point where it causes stress in you. But you can take that and look at it in a different way. If you look at these things that are pressing you as motivation to do what it is that you need to do, then it's not going to be a negative stress. It's going to be something positive that you can use to push you to get to where you're trying to go. And it's all about your attitude, though. You have to think, take proactive action, and force yourself to think in a manner that okay, well, I'm not going to use this as an obstacle. I'm going to use this as fuel to my fire to get to where I'm trying to go, because it can either depress you or motivate you, but it's your choice, and it's based on your thought process and your attitude towards what it is you're going through. Yeah, I understand this quote entirely, because I've actually dealt with it myself. A lot of people always have believed in me, but if I didn't feel like I was worthy for what it is that I was seeking, then I wasn't gonna get it, because you're not really gonna put forth the effort required to get what it is that you're capable of getting if you don't feel like you deserve it. So we have to reprogram our minds and really learn how to give ourselves grace sometimes, and that's something that I'm just now learning to do. Give yourself grace and forgive yourself for your past, because 9 times out of 10 other individuals have already forgiven you for your past. It's you that hasn't let go of it. So until you let go of your own negative perception of yourself, you're not going to be able to achieve those goals that you should achieve in your life. So just let it go, man. If you attempt to do the impossible, your work can't help but improve, because if you had just been doing what you already know you can do versus switching to what you don't know if you can do it or not, the skill gap between those two things is going to be enormous. So if you are shooting to do something that you're not certain if you can do, if you feel like is unreachable, then you're definitely going to be doing good work, because it's going to, like I said, it's monumentally more than what you know you can do. So you have to improve your levels of whatever it is that you're doing in order to even stand a chance of doing that which seems impossible in that field. So always shoot for the impossible, because even if you miss, like you said, if you shoot for the moon, even if you miss the moon, you still land amongst the stars. So shoot to do great and impossible things to improve the quality of your work. As always, I thank you for watching another episode of AKRME Fitness, where we create a climate conducive for our clients to gain confidence and change the world one workout at a time. With that being said, me, Kema, and Ashley are out of here, but we'll be back soon with more leg exercises for you. See you then.